Welcome, everyone. It's wonderful to be with you again, and welcome to Reiki Unleashed podcast. I'm here at Los Leones Canyon in Los Angeles, one of my favorite canyons to journey here in this area. And it is a powerful weekend that we're moving into, so it's wonderful to be with you during this time. It's coming into the summer solstice as well as a full moon, so there's some strong energy coming in, and coupled with this energetic biosphere and ecosystem of the canyon, I enjoyed a really delicious journey, getting some earth medicine and sun medicine. And I'm excited to share with you some gems today, along with the energy that's being transmitted from this location and the Reiki coming through. One of the beautiful gifts we have with Reiki is that we can transmit Reiki at a distance, capacities, many ways. In the same way that we can charge up our crystals, we can charge up our information sources of communication. We can charge up our emails, we can charge up our phone conversations, and we can charge up our podcasts. So enjoy and receive. And as we're moving into this summer solstice, the summer is such a powerful, beautiful, energetic season. It's the coming into that full manifestation, full emergence from the seeds that have been planted in our winter season and our spring season. And it's a time, both the summer as well as the fall, the harvest season, is a time to bring in and to receive the opportunities coming our way, the gifts coming our way, and to also enjoy what we have created, what we have manifested, to be fully embodied in it, and to be fully embodied in the radiance of the sun energy that's so prevalent in the summer. To know how to utilize that sun energy so that we're not burnt by it, not staying too long in the sun, and being able to harness it in a way to clarify and support and strengthen our purpose, our destinies, our heart's desires. And, one of the beautiful gifts that we have to support us with that, with each season, is the gift of Reiki, the gift of the natural elements. And the gift that I want to share with you today is the gift of Kundalini Yoga. It's another one of those tools, ancient practices and technologies that is very complementary to a Reiki practice. In many ways, they have tremendous similarities. And Reiki and Kundalini Yoga came into my life at the same time, actually. It was in 2002 when I was going through my great change, and into 2003 when I first learned about Reiki, and then I had my first experience of Reiki and Kundalini Yoga within the same time. It was in the fall and winter of 2002 and then 2003. And Kundalini Yoga has been a part of my life since then, as has Reiki, different seasons and cycles with each. And I'm grateful that today I am now a Kundalini Yoga teacher. I've just completed my Kundalini Yoga training, and have been so grateful to be able to now share it with all of you, and to share it in my one-on-one sessions as well as my events. And so today I'm going to share a little bit more with you about its similarities and ways that you can bring it into your Reiki practice. And if you're not Reiki attuned, still ways that you can utilize Kundalini Yoga and yoga. And if you're not Reiki attuned yet, please look up my information online at sacredventures.com and come to my level 1 and 2 classes. And I also do teach it privately. I just this week had a gentleman who learned level 1, and it was quite easy to work it into his schedule, and it's been a very empowering experience for him. And if you're interested in moving into some of the higher levels of Reiki, do join me. I teach the master levels into the Karuna. And all of these are so wonderful because all the Reiki levels enhance our spiritual practice. We were talking about in this private class about how Reiki is not a healing energy, it's a spiritual energy that has a healing component. Sui, on his path, discovered that really it was about enriching our life and creating a life of joy, of peace, of abundance, of prosperity, really aligning with this time, this Aquarian age of living in truth and in alignment with the divine. So the energy of Reiki, the attunements to Reiki, support our spiritual expansion, our consciousness expansion, and our evolution, and so does Kundalini Yoga. Kundalini Yoga is one of those yogic paths that really encompasses all yogas. It encompasses breath, mantra, asanas, and it's very dynamic yoga, which I find to be quite fun. And I enjoy both more static yogic practice, hatha, as well as Kundalini Yoga. But Kundalini Yoga, its emphasis is to awaken and to bring awareness as it strengthens our physical body, strengthening our nervous system and our glandular system. So consequently, in so doing, the consciousness and awareness expands in the individual, which is what happens as well with Reiki. As we heal physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, we expand energetically. And Reiki works on the nervous system, the glandular system, the physical body as well. But what's delicious about the combination is you again have this union and this marriage of a bit of a more yang, physical, active practice in Kundalini Yoga with a very rich yin practice of Reiki. And recently in my group Reiki healing night, we did a lovely Kundalini Yoga meditation and Kriya that really gave us a nice little physical boost. And then we ended with a delicious self-Reiki treatment. And we'll do in this podcast a little bit of that as well. I'll guide you through. In the same way that Reiki connects us to universal divine life force energy, the practice of Kundalini Yoga does the same. It's a wonderful gift to give yourself, and I've spoken about this before, especially in this time, to plug yourself in on a daily basis through both practices. If you don't resonate with Kundalini Yoga, then I recommend some form of yogic practice or some form of Tai Chi or Qigong practice in combination with your Reiki practice. To start the day with some movement to engage your physical body. And some of you may be that your movement is out in the canyons or a run. That's fine. Use and connect with the breath as you're doing that. That's a yogic practice. Connect with mantra as you're journeying, or if you're listening to music, allow it to be a higher vibrational field of music. Remember that everything that we ingest really impacts us and affects us, both through our food and through our sound and through what we visualize and see as well. But beginning the day where we're plugging ourselves into universal divine life force energy is one of the gifts also to bring yourself in alignment with, again, with each change of season, it's a wonderful time to clean out what's not working and to realign. And as we're moving into this sun energy, utilize your practice in the morning and evening, especially in the morning, to align with that sun energy and to align with that ultimate sun, the universal divine light. With your practice, you can really very simply, again, I've spoken about this, invoke Reiki to flow through you, invoke it to be present with you during your practice, into your aura and into your day. Invoke all of the symbols that you have, and then move into whatever physical exercise, whether it be yoga or walking or jogging, and consciously breathe in that divine life force energy through your practice. One of the things that I'm being strongly reminded about, especially as we're moving into this sun season, is about the breath. As we're so immersed out in light and action, this season is very focused on activity. You see it, we're much more playful in the elements, and the sun is out longer, so we have longer days. So balancing that with connecting with the depth of your breath, remembering long, deep breathing. This is one of the basic practices that we learned in Kundalini Yoga teachers training, was long, deep breathing. And its importance. It's fairly well known in all practices that the breath is the vehicle to illumination, to vitality, to awareness. So when you find yourself confused, when you find yourself disarrayed, when you find yourself depressed, overwhelmed, come back to the basics of your breath. And as you do that, you activate and begin to align with the Reiki energy, and you can very simply invite Reiki to flow through your breath. And of course, Reiki supports us in deepening that breath. So with your practice, beginning with that breath throughout your practice, whatever that is, and then closing, sending out the energy of Reiki into your day. One of the beautiful things about Kundalini Yoga as well is that we end all of our classes with what's called the Long Time Sun song. And, depending on the class, we normally sing it 3 times. And I learned early on from several of my teachers, one of them being Kia Miller, as well as another gentleman, about sending the song out to yourself, to someone in need, and then out to the world. And in that, it's very much like the distant symbol of Reiki and sending it out to yourself, to someone in need, and to the world. So we end our practice during the day that way, in the morning that way, and that sets the tone for our day. And what's wonderful is that, it's not necessarily that life is rid of strife, quite the contrary. And we're really taught that in Kundalini Yoga, that the practice will actually kick up quite a bit of stuff. And the practice is designed to clear out those aspects with us, like Reiki, those toxins within us that are clogging up our channels. And so sometimes, as a result of it being pushed out, things may get a little messy. Things may appear that they're getting worse. We hear about that all the time in Reiki, and so it's about continuing the practice and remembering that your practice is what contains the challenges, so that you can grow through the challenges and evolve rather than be tumulted, undermined, and regressed through the challenges. That is one of the gifts of your consistent practice, is it helps you move forward and moves you forward and strengthens you through your challenges. I discovered when I was attuned to Reiki an energy that was not mine, that was beyond me, that enhanced my energy and allowed me to have a whole new experience of my health, my capacity, beyond my wildest imaginings, to be able to transmute and transform imprints and patternings from culture and from generational imprints and what it meant to be a woman and what it meant to be self-employed, what it meant to be successful, what it meant to be at peace, and all those things Reiki helped me transform and transmute and discover an unlimited source of energy that flows through me. And this is also true of a Kundalini Yoga practice, that we discover through the practice this strength we didn't know that we had, and this capacity we didn't know that we had, because we tap into, like Reiki, to a strength and capacity beyond us, a strength and capacity of the divine that is within us, that we are an extension of. And it helps us come through those challenges when we go through them ourselves or we witness people in our lives go through it. That is what our practice does. It's the container, it's the mother for us. That is what your practice is. It is your mother, it is your father, it is your lover. It is the place that you come back to consistently, constantly, to renew, to cleanse, to clear, and to be vibrant on your journey. Vibrant on your journey. With all of the pain, to still be vibrant and to radiate. And so I want to invite you this summer to allow yourself to fully embody your radiance, to allow yourself to be fully who you are, to express your truth, to shine, be that sun in your life. And even when you're going through challenges, allow yourself to pick yourself up and radiate that sun again. So let's move into a journey, but this is going to be an active journey where we're going to combine and explore Kundalini Yoga with Reiki. If you're not Reiki attuned, then just listen and just follow along and enjoy the energy coming through the podcast, as well as do participate in the Kundalini Yoga exercise. We're going to be doing the Kriya, the practice of that's called the ego eradicator. And a teacher recently was talking about it's not so much that we're eradicating the ego, it's that we're putting the ego in its rightful place. We need the ego on this plane, and it's through the mastering and the ego being led and following our soul that we really master the journey and the path, rather than being taken down by the controlling aspect of the ego and the judging part of the ego and that part of the ego that is always seeking approval. We're able to transcend that and radiate, having compassion for ourselves and others, allowing ourselves to be more in the flow and divine flexibility of life, and seeing that we're really all one, and there's really no need to seek from others or to compare to others. So this exercise is really a powerful one. I recommend to try this 1 to 3 minutes a day. It's very simple. If you need a visual with this, you can always Google it, and you'll find tons of YouTubes that will demonstrate the ego eradicator. So you'll sit in either lotus position or rock pose, which is on your heels. You'll place your arms above you in a 60-degree angle. And before we do that, actually, let's go ahead and invoke Reiki. So invite Reiki to flow through you. placing the hands in Gassho meditation, connecting with your breath, the Reiki energy. If you'd like, just placing your hands in Reiki Ho, palms together at the third eye, and inviting Reiki to flow in your highest good. Inviting any of your guides that you'd like to be present. Just supporting your practice and moving into your day. Bring your hands back to your heart. Take a long, full, deep breath here. Exhale, releasing. And one more, breathing in, and as you exhale, just releasing a sound. And a third time, breathing in fully, expanding your belly, your chest, raising your shoulders as you exhale, letting those shoulder blades drop down, concaving the chest and the belly. And continue with that long, full, deep breath in and through your nose. Beautiful. And if you'd like, you can invoke the power symbol and any other symbol. You can draw a large power symbol in front of you and on your palms. Just inviting it to flow in your highest good, supporting this practice, for supporting this exercise. It will just enhance it. I definitely found I had experienced and discovered Kundalini Yoga and was practicing it before I was attuned to Reiki. And once I was attuned to Reiki on all the levels, I discovered a new teacher and began to study with a couple of other teachers. And my Kundalini Yoga practice was completely different with the Reiki energy. So that's always to be reminded that Reiki is not exclusive, it's inclusive of all practices. That's what's beautiful about it. And it never causes any harm, it won't. It knows when to flow and when to stop. And that's the beauty about it. And that's also why we always take a moment to invoke it and invoke our guides, because that helps to contain it. We also begin every Kundalini Yoga meditation Kriya set also with an invocation. And it's a mantra. So the mantra is Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. And we chant that 3 times, very similarly to Reiki, where we chant the symbols 3 times. So Ong Namo Gurudev Namo invokes the master within us. And that's the part that holds and contains our practice, similarly to when we invite, that highest presence, that higher power into our Reiki practice. It also invites, the Ong Namo Gurudev Namo invites the enlightened guides of the Kundalini Yoga practice, very similarly to what we do, and we invite the Reiki guides to envelop us during our practice. So the enlightened guides of Kundalini Yoga are referred to as the golden chain, which is such a beautiful image. It's the golden light, the enlightened light beings. It will just enhance your practice. And so let's do that, and then I'll share a little bit more with you about the positions for the ego eradicator. So go ahead and inhale, and you can either hum along with me, or if you know it, just chant along. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And breathe in to tune in. Om. Beautiful. Now we're ready to move in to our exercise. So placing your hands above you, 60-degree angles. So they're not straight above, they're 60 degrees. So slightly over to the right and to the left. Your hands are, your fingers are up against your mound, your palms. So not quite fully in a fist, but a little bit more like a lion's paw. Fingers up against the mounds of your palms, and your thumbs are extending out, facing each other. And what this does is this is connecting this energetic activation to your arc line, which is located above your head. It's connected to your auric field. It's that part of you that projects and protects. And so we're strengthening that as we're doing this exercise. We're also clearing any of the debris, any of the noise of others, of yourself that have accumulated in your arc line. So go ahead and experiment with that position. We're going to complement that with a breath that's called the breath of fire. Very powerful breath. It's an equal inhalation and exhalation through the nose that is almost like you're just breathing out and then automatically breathing in, and a pumping of the navel, so that as you're breathing in and out, it's a rapid inhale, exhale, your belly, your navel center, which is right below your belly button, is pumping back and forth, pulling into the spine as the pelvis floor is coming up. And do the best that you can. It's a gradual refinement with each time that you're doing it. This breath sounds like this. And again, it's something that you can Google and you'll see a bunch of YouTube visuals of the breath of fire. So your hands are above you in this position, and you accompany it with the breath of fire. So let's start. We're going to just do a few seconds here. You're doing great. And you want to focus your eyes closed. So you're taking that inner landscape and you're focusing on the third eye, that intuitive center. And again, with that breath, you're opening up and cleansing that center as well. So let's start, and we'll do 1 minute together. Go ahead. And continue with that as I'm speaking, keeping your focus on your third eye. You can visualize the Sat Nam, which means truth is my identity. As you're inhaling, exhaling, clearing out the toxins accumulated, the breath of fire is strong in cleansing the blood, renews the bloods, the cells, cleans out the mucus lining, the lungs. It's powerful in moving prana throughout your body. And then, of course, with this position, strengthening your energetic body into your field. And go ahead and inhale, hold the breath, and exhale. And one more time. Inhale, keeping the arms up, hold the breath, and this time contract the Mula Bandha, which is the root lock. It's as if you're holding urine, contracting the anus, sex organs, and allow the energy to rise up your spine into your higher centers. Beautiful. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Hold. Let the energy rise. And exhale. Eyes closed. Let your hands descend slowly, like you're clearing your auric field, filling it with radiant light as you bring your hands down at your sides or on your knees, thumbs and index fingers touching in Gyan Mudra. This is the seal of knowledge. It's like we're sealing in, like we do with Reiki, we're sealing in the energy we've just activated. And just take a moment. Being with your breath. Allowing the prana to circulate consciously throughout your body. Beautiful. And gently opening your eyes. And we close every Kundalini Yoga meditation, exercise with a chant as well that I was mentioning earlier. And we'll close our podcast that way as well. It's the long time sun energy. So, the long time sun, may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. So we're going to sing that 3 times through, once for yourself, and then once to someone in need, and then we'll end sending it out into our relations, into the world. And of course, if you're Reiki attuned, just visualizing the Reiki energy flowing through you. So we're sending in this song, our love, but of course we're always just allowing that divine flow to flow out. So we're not depleting our energy, we're just letting infinite divine energy to flow out. So bring your palms together at your heart again, and you can just rub your palms, just stimulates the 72,000 nerve endings. And we'll sing this song 3 times through, and then we'll end with the long Sat Nam, truth is my identity. And together. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Inhale. Sat Nam. May the radiance of your being illuminate your path, strengthen you through all challenges, empower you to move forward, fulfilling your destiny, realizing your deepest desires, expressing your heart's truth. Sat Nam, thank you for sharing energy with me today. It's been a delight. I look forward to sharing more with you in the coming month. And do join me in my upcoming events. Sat Nam, much love and light.